Good afternoon.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
We're on.
Inspiration Station TV, and today is the third Thursday, and we are so glad that you are here. Today we have the most incredible, special, awesome, amazing guest, and we can't wait to introduce her. Because we have something really powerful to bring to you today, and we're as you notice, we're a little bit different here. Linda and Liz are in one location. Lori and I are here. Actually, Linda was here with us and left us to go welcome Liz into our space. So we're super glad that we can hear, but we usually do this from our individual homes, and today we all happen to be together. So we're on location, and we're here at an amazing seminar where we're being filled and inspired to do amazing things, which is awesome, and we can't wait to share those things with you. But first, we have something even more incredible to share with you in Liz Stone. So we're going to bring that to you today, this hour, and I know that you are going to be incredibly inspired and moved by the work that you see done here today. So again, thank you so much for coming and spending your lunchtime with us. Thank you for joining us, and sit tight. We're here until 1:00 p.m. You may hear background noise here. Lori and I are in a hotel, and they're gonna break for lunch in about a half an hour. So just stay focused, and we're doing the best that we can here. And again, let's get started. So let's start with introductions. If it's your first time here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Malia Holleran, but before I introduce myself, we are going to start with Linda West. Linda, go ahead. What's wrong? I don't know who's frozen. Lori, you go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lori Beltran, and I am part of the crew here. I always look forward to our monthly meetups here so that we can all listen to inspiring stories and our visions from different people. But I want to tell you a little bit about who I am and why I do this monthly. Actually, I do it every part of it's part of my life and what I do every day. So I'm actually a financial advisor with a not-for-profit company, and part of it is being able to teach women how to empower ourselves and to help other women on the way up. That's exactly how I met Malia and Linda. We all kind of been networking for years and years and years, and there's a saying that a lot of people say that networking really doesn't give you opportunities to really meet down-to-earth friendships, but I can say that's not true. If you're genuine and authentic about what you're doing in networking, I believe that you will find those special friends and people that you can collaborate with and share your visions and goals and dreams. And we're even in a mastermind group, so that's another thing that I love. Being able to be with these women and help each other. One of the things that I wanted to share today with you is go after your goals. Today, Malia and I are at this inspiring seminar, and it's talking about vision and where you want to go. And I've learned a lot of really great nuggets. And so some of those nuggets we're going to share with you today. And every day as we walk, I know that I have learned two things myself, and it's been very inspiring for me. So that's who I am, and I will pass it now to Malia.
Thanks, Linda. Are you back with us? Are you, Linda? Can you hear me?
Go back in. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, while Linda figures out the tech stuff, my name is Malia Holleran. I am a business development and marketing mentor and consultant. I'm a mentor and a consultant, and I work with small businesses and individuals and teach them how to build their online presence. And one thing I love about what I do is that I get to talk to women all over the world, actually. My clients not only come from the people I meet here locally, but they come from different places around the country. I work with people that are overseas as well, and people that I've never met, which is amazing and inspirational in itself. And one of the things I love is just getting to know people, because I hear a lot of stories and I'm inspired in so many ways as I help people to create their brand, their message in a way that's authentic to them. It's just amazing that when somebody leads with authenticity and purpose, the way that they can inspire other people and move other people. And I love to be a part of that process. And inspiring people daily is something that is who I am. And when I started kind of really stepping out and focusing on inspiring people, my own business started to change because that came authentically to me. And I feel privileged to be able to do that, to share my message, to share my heart, and to be a part of so many women's lives every single day. So thank you so much again for being here. Linda, how are you doing over there?
I think we got it.
Okay, perfect. So we've done our introductions.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So go ahead and start with your introduction.
Okay, you'll be able to hear me, because for me it's going in and out, and the wonder of it so much, but sometimes there's technical difficulties and we just work through them. Just like in life, we have technical difficulties and we work through them as well. So my name is Linda, and I'm excited to share that I'm finally narrowing down what my purpose here on earth is. And it's really been, a lot of that is the inspiration I've received, and that's why I wanted to bring her on today, is to share with you guys what has brought to me, which taught me that what I am about, it's helpful. Like, we all have that to me. I know this was about her speaker series, as well as putting on kick-ass fundraising events. And that's what I love doing. It's so fun bringing nonprofits together in a community where they can learn and collaborate with each other. And I thrive on that. This lady here, she lies. I love doing. So that's my introduction of me.
Awesome. Liz, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, that was great, Linda, and thank you so much for our acknowledgement, which you continue. I'm very grateful for that. However, I have a response to that, which I'll tell you in a moment. So I'm Liz Stone. I'm a professional life coach. I've been coaching for about 5.5 years. I've had extensive training. I have mentored other coaches and trained other coaches. So it is my life, it is my love. And one thing I always say to Linda is that when she says, oh, Liz, you helped me do this and you helped me do that, and I continuously remind her that the answers, and this is the foundation of the coaching that I do, and a lot of us coaches do, the answers that she were looking for herself and trying to go find already existed within her. And so the process was a matter of releasing, and it is in coaching, is releasing all that isn't who you are and what you want. And that can be a challenge because we have made up some pretty, some pretty hard and fast rules about who we're supposed to be in the world, and to actually allow your natural greatness doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel a lot of the times.
Or natural.
Or natural, right. It's like, oh, this is too easy, right? So when Linda when she started having fun and things started being easy for her, and she just more and more empowered, and watch out, world. Makes sense? So Anyway, thank you for the acknowledgement, and I hand it right back to her. So today we're going to do an actual live coaching session. Coaching is something that is just imparting information from one person to another. There's a lot of information in the seminars, we go to workshops, and we receive information to home and try to process it. Coaching is actually, it is able to share that experience with your So this is real, this is live, all right?
Malia, did you want us to just get right into it?
You certainly can. The connection, though, is kind of spotty.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a hotspot on your phone that you can connect to, maybe?
I do.
Because that might be just for this, like, 30-minute session. It may be more reliable.
Okay. I just figured out where it was on my phone. It's perfect. I didn't find it earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So change your Wi-Fi connection. I don't know if you'll drop off or not. So while you do that, let's really quickly, and we'll see if it's more reliable. I just think it might be more. But Lori, did you have anything that you want to share? Maybe something over the last month that was truly inspirational to you, or?
Yes, I it's kind of funny that Malia even brought this up, because we were talking about this yesterday, I believe. We're in a mastermind, Linda, Malia, and myself, and a few other women. And the book that we're reading is Think and Grow Rich for Women. And when I first got Malia gifted the book to me, and I didn't think that there was going to be a difference because I already had the book. But when I started going through it, I found out that, it really did relate to us, because we think differently as women. And I had a couple of aha moments that if I had not read the book, I don't think I would have figured it out, because I have been having a few, I don't like to use the word struggle because it's a negative for me. So I use the word challenge. Are you back on, Linda?
Oh, we're back. We're back.
So I'll end my story a little later, and I'll tell you about the thing. Now
the insight that she's getting from Think and Grow Rich for Women, which is an extremely powerful book. We're all reading it. It's changing our lives tremendously in so many different ways, which is so cool. So go ahead, Linda. I want you to go ahead, take it away. You guys can get started, and we'll just be flies on the wall over here and watch.
Yes.
And then if you guys are open to like questions about the process in the end, or kind of guide us as to what you want us to do, we'll be there.
Okay, great. And first I'm
going to mute out here, okay? So you won't hear us, because I don't want the background noise to be a distraction.
Okay, and I'll go like this when I'm ready for you.
Thanks.
Okay. So first of all, I wanted to share with you guys why I wanted to do this, because some people might think, well, why did Linda want to put herself out there? Well, I do put myself out there frequently on various avenues, and I just have grown so much, since meeting Liz, that I wanted to share with people who are wondering, like, what is a coach? What does it mean? What do they do? How does it help? Can it help me? I just wanted to share an experience that I have experienced with her. And the only thing I'm a little bummed about is I did not bring tissue into this room, because guaranteed, I already know, because of the subject I want to talk to her about, I already know that I'm going to probably tear up a little bit. She's prepared and I make her cry too sometimes. That's my favorite part. So with that said, Liz and I are going to start our coaching session. I think we're just going to start it out as if we were, sometimes we were on the phone and sometimes we were in person. So we're going to start it off. Liz is going to lead this as if we are in our coaching session. And this really is real. This is a situation I'm going through right now. And I just want to share it with you guys. And I get a free coaching call.
That's right.
Okay, Liz, let's do our call.
Okay. So just a little insight is with every coaching session, it should start with a request for coaching, what it is that the client wants to get out of it. This is not a regular conversation where we're just sitting around chatting. It's directed in that way. So Linda, what's your coaching request for today?
Today, I woke up this morning and I had a decision to make. You know, we make decisions all day, every day, but this decision, it was hard for me because I have made strides throughout the last 8-9 months in my life to be myself. You know, I try it 100%, but it's almost impossible 100%. But to try to be myself as often as I possibly can. So this morning I had the situation of, do I wear this shirt, which advertises my business, to a seminar, or do I wear what other people think I should be wearing? And it may seem superficial, but for me, it was a hard decision. And I think it's because I still fight with that stand out, don't stand out thing. Because I used to always be in the background. I never wanted to be in the foreground before. And now I am in the foreground and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. But today I had to make a decision. I'm going to see 300 people who are mostly entrepreneurs, who potentially could be contacts for me for my future. Do I want to potentially embarrass myself by wearing a t-shirt, or do I just want to be me and wear a t-shirt and be the me I am? I hope that makes sense.
Got it. So, so it sounds like your request is not really about what you're wearing.
Probably.
Or is it?
Well, for me, it was about what I'm wearing, but maybe it isn't. I don't know.
Okay. So,
Already starts the tears.
Yeah. So what I noticed in your speaking, and just noticed the tears,
Mm-hmm.
there's something behind this thing. Should I wear the yellow shirt or not? Right. And what are the tears? What is it saying? Just listen.
If I try to really put it into words, I'm thinking that maybe I'm scared to still stand out. I don't know if that's it, but
If you stood out, what would be the danger?
the risk of embarrassment. Because now people see,
And what is there to
me,
be,
you know?
what is there to be embarrassed about?
You always ask these really hard questions.
Just notice,
I know.
what does
It's
the
like-
embarrassment come from? It's
Well, maybe, like you say, where does it come from? That's, for me, is a different question. You know, what is it about? Where does it come from? Where does it come from for me? Could be from junior high and high school, where I was teased a lot, okay? I was teased all the time. It got to the point where I would tease myself first, okay, so that others couldn't tease me because I was the butt of my own joke.
so know that that's a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you make up back then when you were teased? What is the story or the decision that you made back then?
I decided that I was gonna beat them to the punches. Is that what you mean, like that? I was gonna be first. I was gonna
Be first to do what?
to make fun of me.
Okay. Okay. So could that be your automatic now? In other words, is that what you did this morning? Did you become the first to make fun of you?
I don't feel like I did.
Well, your question was, should I wear this yellow shirt and risk having 300 people I'm sorry I didn't write it down. Something.
Well, just to stand out, because if I wore a clothing that was more along the lines of what other people were wearing,
Right.
I wouldn't stand out. I wouldn't
Okay.
be I wouldn't be this big standing out thing in this crowd. And now that you're talking about it, it reminds me of actually a situation that this is where this stems from. I know exactly where this stems from now. I attended a seminar about 1.5 years ago, and I wore a t-shirt that was for advertising for my charity. And somebody pulled me aside, and I don't want to say chastised, but maybe so, in a loving way. They said, and it really got me thinking. I represent my company and myself wherever I go.
Yeah, I have it. I appreciate that you're finding correlating evidence for this.
Okay.
So yes, this happened 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Right. So that goes to prove what?
Nothing.
Well, but it does. It goes to prove that this thing is real. That's where I'm asking you. I'm inviting you to.
Oh, so like my feelings are real. Like, yeah.
But my assertion is that this thing that you're concerned about is actually got built a long time ago. And that it is the lens through, like you built it and now you look through that lens now.
Okay.
So let's just look at, and I want to put a pause button on here. I want to check in regarding your request. So you get that you have this concern. I'm hearing that you have this concern about how you show up. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it more a concern that why can't I just be me?
I think it's more of a concern. Why can't I just be me?
Okay. And so I'm hearing that as a request for like, how do I shift this? Okay.
To go in with confidence, because I am wearing the shirt. I did wear the shirt, and it might seem silly, but when I made the decision to wear the shirt, I actually did reach out to some people that I know that I knew were going to be there, and they all said, wear the shirt.
Yeah.
The important thing is that you are happy being you.
Exactly.
And I know that, and I still,
right.
The thing is, like, is it possible? I guess this might be, is it possible for me to eventually shift so that I don't have that feeling anymore?
Is it?
Is it? Are you asking me?
Yes. Because who is making that decision?
Well, I am. I'm responsible for all my decisions.
Yes. So who gets to say whether it's possible or not?
I do.
So what do you have to let go of in order to be that person that says that?
The fear of being embarrassed. I do a lot of things all the time that I could potentially be embarrassed about that I'm not. So I think it's something to do with being in front of professional people that gets me that, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I shouldn't be that.
Thank you. So you do a lot of things and you put yourself out there and you're not at all concerned about it. And there's a certain thing that you do that you suddenly get concerned about it.
Yeah.
So what's the judgment, or what's the, what is this thing, back here that is making the decision? Because you get that it's all you making it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you know what I'm asking? I don't want to keep asking the same question again.
Yeah, what is it?
You say it's a fear.
That's what I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a fear of, the story I'm telling myself
Mm-hmm.
is that it's a fear that it's not the fear, like I used to have the fear like people weren't gonna like me. It's not that anymore.
Okay.
So at least I'm so grateful I've gotten rid of that one, because that was a tough one. So this one I would say is more a fear of, I guess it's still the same thing.
What?
Fear that people might not like me for something, or that might still be hanging over me a little bit. Yeah.
The fear that people may not like you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've been wearing this shirt for a month, not the same shirt, but the shirt for over a month every day, wherever I go. And I have not encountered a thought in my head that was like, should I wear it? Should I not? But today I did. I was going into a situation, like I said, with a bunch of entrepreneurs and all this. So maybe I have a feeling that if I'm dressing a different way that's not as professional, that people aren't going to see me as a professional. But I realize now that I'm talking about it out loud that does not matter. What matters is how I feel.
Okay. So it sounds like this issue is not really pervasive throughout your dressing life, if you will.
Correct. That's,
Okay.
yes, correct.
Okay. So it sounds like it shows up when you are with professional people, and a lot of them, is what I'm hearing.
I think that would be accurate, because if I'm around 10, I don't feel as, I don't know what the word is, if it's threatened or not, but I don't have that thought process. But today I did.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is it for you?
How big is it to get rid of it?
No, how big is this thing? Like, is this thing just running your life?
No, I'd say I'm very proud to say that it's probably about a 1.
Okay.
So it's way down there, but still it bothered me that it came, I should say, because I've come so far.
Okay.
And
Okay,
it's
great.
like, why did that show
So-
up today? It hasn't shown up in months.
So if it's a 1, congratulations.
Yeah.
Right? And can you, if it's a 1, my first question is, are you willing to have it be there and not have, I guess what I'm really wanting to say is, are you willing to embrace your own humanity around it? Like, oh, this thing showed up, and wow, it used to be a lot worse, and okay, so it's still there. And what is the decision to make around it? What is the choice to make around it?
Definitely willing to do that.
All right.
To just acknowledge it and say it's there.
Yeah.
And then come to reality, and then make a decision that's based on here instead of here, or fear, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you see now?
Well, I should tell you that. So it's kind of interesting, because when I posted it on this private page asking what some people thought, because there are people that I really look up to and admire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all of them said you should do it. So it gave me that confidence that I needed. And so when I showed up and I walked in that room, I saw the speaker today, and I said, hey, I'm wearing my uniform. And I just, like, with confidence. And I felt good. I felt great. And I wasn't nervous at all. It was almost like I still needed a little bit of, it's okay, you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and be you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I need myself to tell myself that.
So I kind of want to push a pause button, but I'm not going to, okay? But I'm hoping people can get this. It is no small feat to be authentically you. It takes a great amount of courage to do what you're doing. Not only are you authentically you in your life, like you are really stepping into that. When you were working in the other situation, how authentic was that life for you?
it was like a prison.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about that, and literally,
Right.
yeah, it wasn't authentic for me at all.
So, and now what you're doing is on a scale of, 1 to 10, how authentic do you feel?
20. I'm like, I didn't even know who I was. And now I'm discovering who I am, and I actually like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, wow, I'm actually a great person, and I want to do so much good, and that's all I want.
Awesome. And I am deeply grateful that you feel that way. I mean, it's just being in that whole space of gratitude with you. It's contagious. It's amazing. And there is an impact, whenever we are willing to step outside of our comfort zone and willing to do something we've never done before and willing to be out there, whatever that out there looks like. I don't care if it's just creating a better relationship at home. You don't have to be doing an event. You don't have to be doing lemon zest to be out there. Okay?
Right.
But when you step out of your comfort zone and do something you've never done before, and much of that can include honoring the self. Okay. Many of us have not honored our own heart's longing, and now we're honoring it, and that's scary. Okay. It takes enormous courage to be able to do that, to actually be that free.
Wow, that's interesting, because for me, it doesn't feel like courage. So when you say that, I mean,
But you still have what a lot of us have. I mean, you still have a survival mechanism, right? You still have
Yes.
a little voice that goes, should you be doing that? I don't know. Should you be doing that? Let's check in. That's just your humanity talking. There's a number of different levels that I should stop and let that sink in a second, okay? What do you feel what do you get when I say that's your humanity?
that I'm human. I'm no different than anybody else.
Right.
And I know that we all make our own choices and decisions on whatever's going on with us, and I have that power to choose what I'm going to do every single day.
Awesome.
And that's part of being human.
So if you were to embrace if you were to embrace that choice that you said, I have the power to make a choice every day, right? What would you say now about what occurred this morning?
I would say that it was, to put it in my mind, that it was just, it was a bleep in my thought processes that was inserting a story from my past that I thought was going to control my future. And I needed to just say, that was my past, and I'm deciding on my future. And it can be totally different.
Wow.
Now you go, and here comes the cry. Wow.
That's powerful. You get to decide.
I do.
And living in the old realm of, oh, when I went out there, people said stuff about me, is the old realm.
Yeah.
And you made decisions back then. And it ran your life for a while. And now you're like, I get to choose.
Yeah.
That's why, okay, and this is not coaching. Okay, this is not coaching. This is me telling, okay? But that's why so many people are affected by you, because you're giving them permission to do that.
Wow.
And it's not for the faint of heart.
And saying that reminds me of the first time I posted a video and how terrified I was. You know, I made a promise to a friend that I would post it, and I recorded it. I was all excited, and then I was like, when I had to hit post, I was terrified, because what are people going to think of me? What are they going to think of me? And you're right, because what happened was the opposite of what I imagined. Totally opposite. People are like, you're so brave. I can't believe you did that. That's amazing. You make me want to do it too. And you make me want to put myself out there. And so what I did by putting myself out there is empowered others to want to do the same. And it's just, that's really what's helped. It's kept me going, is just knowing that it's okay to be me. I used to think there was a lot wrong with me, you know, but now I know it's okay to be me. Me is good.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So do you feel we accomplished your goal?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. And I will remember this if that enters, because like I said, it hasn't entered my thoughts in the last so many months. But if it enters again, I will remember this and just check in and say, what's the fear? Is the fear a story I'm telling myself from the past? And if that's the case, that's okay. I'm going to shape my future. I'm not going to let my fear from my past shape my future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely.
We are complete.
Oh my God. Are you guys there? Okay, so, oh my God.
We are here. That was incredible, Linda. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
She had me crying 3 times, and I wouldn't let the tears drop because there's no tissue. See what I mean?
Interesting. I mean, if you'll share about what the tears are, because I think that's an important. I mean, people know. I'm assuming people know that they're not tears of sadness, are they?
No, the tears are tears of realization of just allowing myself to be me. I mean, it's really incredible. You know,
It's almost like cleansing too, like those tears like cleanse you and allow for that freedom.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've often been present to myself and clients having those tears, and that there's also a sensation of, you know, gosh, I've sold out on myself for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to interpret that a little bit better is when we are not expressed, when we do not allow our true self-expression or authentic self-expression, it's devastating. And so to finally allow that to happen in your life and, you know, be who you are, but what does that mean? A lot of it is about self-expression. So often that's when the tears come too, is like, oh my God, finally I can have this. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Amazing. Do you mind if I ask you a question, Liz?
Yeah, please do.
So a lot of us you're a life coach, and a lot of us are entrepreneurs. How do you, and there are business coaches, life coaches. How do you feel, what is the correlation between, I know that a lot of things that show up in your business are related to maybe stories that you've told yourself and things that are happening in your life. What is the correlation between the whole life and business coaching aspect? And because I was just thinking, I have challenges in my business. I'm growing in my business, and maybe I'm not growing as much because of stories. This is the longest question ever. Stories that I've told myself in the past, but some of us just completely look forward and some look back. Do you need to look back in order to move forward? That's my real question.
That's your real question, is do you need to look back in order to look forward?
Yeah, because, yes. Is it, because a lot of people will tell you you're not breaking through because of something that happened to you when you were 4 years old. Figure out what that thing is, and then you can move forward. Is that necessary?
Yeah, great question.
Great question. I love
this.
So
it isn't as so much dependent on figuring out what that thing is and then you can move forward. It's yes and no. It's not about that thing. It's about the decisions that you made about yourself because of that thing. Because our ways of being in the world are developed not when we're 30, they're developed when we're 3 and 4 and 5, right? That's when we learn about the world. And when we come you know, popping out of the womb, and you see a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old and 2-year-old, everything is new and fresh, and they're very much in the world, they're in the present moment, right? And as children grow, as we grow up, there's often a thing that occurs. Sometimes it's a chronic thing, sometimes it's a one event that occurred, that suddenly the world went from being an amazing, magical place, and us being the center of it, to the world something's off. And in that moment, you know, at that time, we make a decision about, you know, life is something hard, threatening, or people are something, or I am something. And so we begin to come from that place at a very early age. And so if you can identify, I mean, we learn that something's wrong with the world, and it shifts who we be in it, okay? I could go on about that, but that's why it's important to look at those things, so that you can look at what is the way of being that I developed to survive or to feel okay in the world. And often that way of being serves us when we're very young, but when we're older, it stops serving us. So, you know, you don't cut out your fear. You don't get rid of your fear. You learn what it is, like you just did. Like you learn what you know. The coaching can provide tools of where you can recognize. Oh, there's that thing again. Yep, that's a way of being I developed a long time ago, and it actually isn't true anymore. Now that's kind of a long answer to your question.
It was a long question too.
Long question,
what was the
long
question
answer.
again?
It was a long question, long answer. No, that makes
Go
sense.
back to,
Well, the thing is, you need to know yourself. You need to know
But what if you don't know? Like, I think Lori and I were talking, for me at least, I don't want to speak for her, but one of my coping mechanisms when I was young may have been like suppressing memories. Like, I don't remember when I was 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 for that matter. Like, I don't have childhood memories.
Okay.
Do you have people like that?
So, that is, so your way of coping is just to forget.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the impact of that on your life now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But so that's my question. Like, do you have to then like do regressive therapy or something
No.
and remember?
No.
Or hypnosis?
No. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
One way of being that I learned as a child was to be a people pleaser. Okay, was to take care of the immediate situation and make everybody feel good. Okay, and I needed to do that a lot in my household. Okay, so I mean, I think a lot of people can actually relate to that. You know, especially women. You know, people pleasing and making peacemaker, make nice, all that. So that worked back then, and it created a lot of peace and a lot of harmony that wasn't otherwise in my. Okay, see, in my opinion, like this was my decision. It wasn't like someone said you needed to be this. I made that up. So note that, right? And as an adult, I'm really good at doing that. But when people pleasing gets out of hand and I start to ignore my own needs, or I say yes when I mean no, now that no longer serves me. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Is recognizing, oh, my tendency is to such and such. And that actually isn't in my best interest now, nor does it actually help me access my true power.
Okay. That's awesome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Do you have a question?
No, I think that for me, Liz, it's Malia and myself, we had the similar backgrounds as far as in childhood. So I have been diagnosed as a youngster with disassociation because I did suppress all my feelings, but I don't really feel like they have anything. I mean, I really can't say, Liz, but I know that for me personally, I don't feel like I have any of that holds me back, because I have this saying, if I'm looking in the closet for skeletons, I'm going to fall over what's in front of me. And I think if I have things that hold me back or fears, then I think I need to look backwards to find out where, or figure out where that stems from. But for me, I just take what I have and all the information I can get on making myself better for the future. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but, and it's not that I'm trying to hide it or any of that. It's just that I don't feel like it's necessary for me personally to have to go through that to know where I'm going.
I totally get it, and I'm really glad you brought that up, because I'd like to make a distinction about coaching for you and your listeners. And you know, there's a very distinct difference between coaching and therapy and consulting. Okay, so in therapy, you spend, you know, there are two things. There's a model where the therapist is up here and the patient, where the therapist diagnoses.
We can hear you perfectly. I'm sorry.
So
For lunch, so there's a lot of noise in the background.
in the therapist patient model, the therapist diagnoses and is the expert. Okay, and they spend a lot more time in the past trying to figure out what occurred, what's wrong. And in the consulting model, the consultant is also the expert and imparts their knowledge onto the client. Okay, they're an expert in a field, they impart it onto a client. In the coaching model, it is a co-creative endeavor like this, and the coach is not the expert in the client's life. The coach does not diagnose and does not make assumptions about what's right or wrong or good or bad for the client. The coach is a mirror. Okay? And to speaking of what you said, Lori, we spend very little time in the past, but we do it only in service of seeing that thing we do that stops us from what we want.
That makes sense.
We just dip back there and we look and we identify it, and then we come right back in the future, because coaching is designed to take the client from now into the future. It's all today and future based. It is not past based like therapy. So I'm really glad you brought that up. And you know, we use it as a reference point.
That makes sense.
But we don't go digging, and we don't dissect it, and we don't navel gaze and things like that, you know.
Navel
Not
gaze.
that there's anything wrong with gazing at your navel. I mean, the therapy is great stuff. It's just not what we do.
I haven't heard of
And it-
navel gazing.
Yeah, I don't mean any disrespect to
I haven't
therapists.
heard of that.
No, I think those are amazing distinctions.
Yeah.
And as we are in different parts of our lives, each of those things may serve us, just depending on where we are now and what our goals are and what we're trying to accomplish. So that's a really good definition, especially for our viewers, because you may find yourself in a position where you're seeking help or seeking counsel, and those descriptions are great descriptions to kind of figure out who you want to seek out at this point in your life or at a future point. So thank you so much for that, Liz. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And there is great value in in really discovering the past. Like, I mean, I've done it myself. I've done some therapy. There's great value in it. So again, I just didn't need to disrespect
No.
in my comment. Okay.
No, yeah, there's great value in all of those things: therapy, coaching, consulting. I think there's just great value in seeking insight from somebody else, because a lot of this stuff, especially as entrepreneurs, the biggest challenge occurs in our head, and so when you have the opportunity to seek out just some insight into your life or a different perspective, no matter what the realm or method, it's just an amazing opportunity. We work, Liz and Lori, Linda, and I are in a mastermind group together, and although we don't necessarily coach or whatever, we counsel each other. You know, we're in each other's businesses and lives, and you know, we talk about a lot of this stuff too. And so even if it's to reach out to an accountability partner, if you're not in a position to get a coach or a consultant at this time, an accountability partner, a mastermind group, there are ways that you can start creating these conversations and ask for insight and give back as well, if you think that something like this could help you. And I think that one of the main reasons we wanted to bring Liz on with us is because, you know, this type of work is something that we've all benefited from in our lives and our businesses, and we, the three of us, believe in it wholeheartedly. And I think that we've seen amazing growth in our lives and businesses when we started to seek the counsel of others in this way. And so I think for me, at least, if I could advise anybody, like, you know, in business growth, one of the greatest things that you can do is seek out somebody to even be accountable with, to just seek out some companionship in your business, because it will skyrocket your growth personally and professionally tremendously.
Absolutely.
So Liz wants to share something about that.
You asked about business coaching and life coaching earlier.
Yeah.
I wanted to clarify. I love what you said you said a couple times about seeking counsel with your friends, with your mastermind group. And, you know, if you can't do the coaching thing, then at least get into a mastermind group or something like that. What I wanted to point to about Linda's transformation, she's such a little poster child. I'm telling you. It's like how she made this amazing shift from working in this box and living in very much a box in her life to being so out there and so joyful. It's because she got clear on who she is. Now, she got clear on who she is because she went through the process that I do in my coaching and about seeing her essence. And here's the piece. We can't see ourselves in the way others see us. Like Malia, like I said what I saw, you know, high priestess in you. I mean, oh my gosh, if you could see your essence, Lori, if you could see your essence in the way that others see you, you could see your beauty and your depth and your power that is there. We don't see that because we are way more familiar with our negative self-talk, just for example, than we are with our power and our brilliance and our light and our love. Okay, we spend a lot more time, you know, between the ears, like you just said, it all happens in between your head. We spend a lot more time in that space of negative self-talk and criticism. And we do it unconsciously because we're looking through a lens of something's wrong. Okay, and it's all subconscious. So when you get clear on who you are and you get that reflected from other people, and you're willing to actually embrace that much greatness, then you're able to pop. That's what this has happened here. And so I love what you said about getting with other people because those other people reflect that to you.
I wanted to share just a little bit about that because that really, the key there, Liz, was that people can share with you about who you are and who they see you, who you are. But until I actually believed it, nothing really changed. But it almost was like a light switch was turned on and they let me out.
How long did it take you? From the time you...
I want to say, so I've been going through this process probably, well, Lori, you know, when you met me, it's like 2.5 years ago, and I was starting this process through various types of coaching.
When you got clear on essence, how long did it take you?
It was a very short period of time. I want to say 2 months. It really was because I was open to it. I was ready. I'm like, I'm ready now. And I was grappling with, is it conceited?
Yeah.
Or not? And I realized, no, it's not conceited. It's confidence is all it is. And what's wrong with confidence? Nothing. Confidence is a great thing to have. I don't know who you are, but we're waving too.
Oh, Edie.
Hi, Edie. Oh my gosh, the whole group in there. You should have the whole group.
Mama back here.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Right here.
yes.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. She's on seminar too. So, hey, I just want to interject for just a second because I did know before she turned into this beautiful butterfly. I believe that there's coaches, Liz, different types of coaches that they do their craft, what they know, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that person that's taking coaching is really going to relate and resonate with. And so what I really, really respect Linda for is that she has gone through a few different coaches and she's gleaned off of the things that worked for her. But I saw the most transformation when she worked with you, Liz, and I really respect you in that. I mean, I don't really personally know you. I know of you. But just because I've seen the transformation in Linda, that makes you, for me, someone that I would definitely go to. And I do intend to call you up. And I do want to have a consultation with you because if you've done that for Linda, I mean, it's just, for me,
And
the person has to be ready. And I think Linda was ready. I'm a hunter. I love hunting. And I know that I will be ready, that I am ready to go into anything that resonates with me, that pushes me forward to become all that I can. And it's funny, Liz, what you said. I find that really compelling for me about knowing your essence, but not really recognizing it. And I firmly believe that because a lot of people, I think it's hard for me. It's very hard for me to say this. I don't know why, but you know, women come up to me and they're like, you inspire me. You're so whatever it is they say. And I don't really recognize that. I just recognize me as me and that's it. And right now when you said that, it just popped in. Wait a minute. People say this about me.
yes,
I just don't mention or
right,
embrace it, if that
Right.
makes sense.
exactly. And
Okay, wait. I know that you're going to say something prolific, but unfortunately, our time is up.
okay,
We have to end on time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everybody, and I'm timing, give each of you guys 30 seconds to say your closing, okay? I'm going to cut you off because we want to end on time.
Okay.
Liz, you can go first.
awesome, thank you. So the greatness about Liz Stone is that she reflects the greatness in others. So I want to just really make that clear, and that I do a workshop, an essence workshop, where you get to come in and have the whole room reflect what they see. And it's beautiful and it's powerful, and it's, I'll do it before the end of the month if anyone wants to come and see and get a taste of their essence. Okay, thank you.
That was perfect.
I'm gonna go.
Go, Linda.
Okay, because we did this and it was amazing. And those who have been to my nonprofit speaker series, they've seen this little booklet that I created that has words on it. All of those words on there were my essence words that the people who visited the workshop, they gave me. And it really, really empowered me because words were like pioneer, energetic, leader. I had these, motivational. I had all these things that I didn't see in myself. So you gotta attend it. You can have more time.
Okay. No, I was gonna say, how do they reach? I mean, how do they?
Oh.
I'll tell him in the closeout.
Absolutely. I just want to say, Linda, you did a great job. Thank you for bringing Liz on. And Linda, I love that you're authentic and you put it out there. Liz, I can see how genuine you are, and I can't wait to connect to you on a more personable level. So
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is an incredible time. I appreciate, Linda, your openness, your vulnerability. Liz, I appreciate your willingness to allow us to see inside of what you do. I feel like just what an incredible privilege to kind of see behind the curtain. And I appreciate that because I know that even as a business person, it takes vulnerability as well to kind of open up the curtain and show people what really happens. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to you, viewers, everyone who's watching. We all really appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. And it's a tremendous, I think, honor and privilege to have people that watch this and just to be able to impact people's lives. And so if you've been inspired today, make sure that you go over to the group on Facebook, give us a shout out. I'm going to put up this recording within a few hours. Share it with your friends, share it with your pages. And I think that Linda has probably talked Liz into holding her Essence workshop. We will get that scheduled. And as soon as it's scheduled, you know that Lori, Linda, and I will be promoting it like no other, because I believe that this is true amazing work that each of us needs to do. To me, it's scary, but that's no reason not to do it. So we hope that you will join us in our journey to embrace our own essence, and we will share that with you as soon as it's scheduled. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time, the third Thursday in July, which happens to be July 16th. So we'll be here July 16th.
Nervous wreck.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.